Okay, I know I didn't post a review last night. That's because they're kind of boring. They're easy content, but at the same time, I was busy doing stuff. I was playing League. But I don't. They get 10 views per video. Maybe I'll keep doing them. I don't know. I might leave it to only when we get cool cards and good cards. But I really got to talk about Gurguit. But before that, we'll start with the earlier cards. We have Sunshine Knight Jeffrey, who sucks. Auto Vanguard, one place, check top 7, reveal either Gurguit or Paramore. Add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. It's the freaking Nikolaus or whatever from Thabos. And then it has Auto Rearguard or Guardian Circle, when placed by card ability. It gets power plus 5k and shield plus 5k until end of turn. Not awful, but it's pretty not great. But we still played it 4 because of that second ability. Next up, the other card it searches, Knight of Springs Light Paramore. Kind of a medium card. Act Vanguard Rearguard, once per turn, cost CB1, call a grade 2 or lower card from hand to Rearguard, and draw one card. And then Auto Rearguard Guardian Circle, when placed by a card ability, it gets power plus 5k and shield plus 5k. Same thing as Jeffrey. It's just Maka. It's really just Maka, which is kind of crazy, because like at the start of V era, Maka was insane and was a triple rare, and this is just a double rare that we don't think is that great anymore. So, really goes to show you the power of the power creep in V era over 2 years. But that's a really weak example of it too. But it's an example. Frank, my roommates keep it so freaking cold in here, I have a runny nose now. And that's why I'm a little stuffed up. It's really annoying. Oh, I also should have recorded that thing. Whatever. Before we talk about Gurguit, fun little fact. I just, like, woke up this morning. Like, I didn't set an alarm. I didn't set a timer. I just woke up. And I was like, it's like 8:30. That's freaking weird. I normally wake up at, like, 11. I check my phone. I, like, open Discord. And then I get a notification, like, Twitter posted Jeffrey's skill, and I was like, oh my god, it's stream reveals day, and I woke up right in time for the reveals. That was insane. And then talking about Gurguit, I think Bushiroad saw my Thora. I think Bushiroad was watching the Athora stream. They saw my design for the Athora card, and they were just like, I think I'm about to steal. I'm just kidding. Bushiroad R&Ds these cards like almost a year in advance, so like there's no way that actually happened, but I think it's really funny that like I designed this Athora card as like something I really wanted to see in Vanguard, and now it's in Vanguard as my favorite deck, which this is so cool. So what Gurguit does is continuous Vanguard during your turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, for each of your additional rear guards, so your Excel circles, this unit and all of your units that were replaced via a card ability this turn get power plus 5k. We're gonna get into this in a second. I'm gonna go over the next ability, and we'll backpedal to this one. Auto Vanguard once per turn. When it attacks or is attacked, cost CB1 to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, call up to 2 cards to rearguard, then shuffle your deck, and if it's your opponent's turn, call them to Guardian Circle instead of rearguard. This card is so cool. So basically, for those of you that don't know, we did this little stream where, like, I don't know if we're gonna keep doing it, but we thought about, like, hey, Bushiroad's R&D sucks because they screwed up Luard. Let's design our own Vanguard set just to flex on them. And we decided for the IP, we're gonna do a crossover set with Buddy Fight. Do the long way to Buddy Fight crossover. And the first card we designed is a Thora. We wanted it to be super defensive. So I was like, oh, let's make it gain power on the opponent's turn. Let's have it build inherent, like, defense. So what it did was, it played a lot like a G-era Blade Wings, where you just soul charge a bunch during your turn, and then Thora would be like, for each Prism Dragon in your soul, continuous, it gets plus 1k. So the more Prism Dragons you can shove in the soul, the more it would stack. And then it was like every time a Thora got attacked, you'd have to like Soul Blast too. That way, you couldn't just build like a 30k wall. It would always like, so where Gurguit scales the longer the game goes on, a Thora kind of descales the longer the game goes on. But then had some ability where like you would Soul Blast all the Prism Dragons and you'd get a bunch of power, and that's how you'd win the game. But this is really cool. So we finally have like defensive mechanics in Vanguard, which is so cool. Being able to get like 5k as a defense, and then if you have Percival, you can get those 2 excels, and then you just have a trigger your 22k base on your opponent's turn. It's so cool. And then we have his auto, which is really sick. You just CB1 called off the top, and like you can hit these Jeffrey and Paramore. So like Jeffrey becomes a 15k shield, which is really cool. I'm actually really stoked about this in premium. This is gonna be really sick in premium. I'm really mad that it's... I guess I'm not mad that it's an on-attack, because, like, so it gets multi-attack. But I would have liked it to be an on-place, that way in premium you could be like, on-place, use this skill, automatically get Unite, like how old Gurguit did, but now you get the Excel marker too. That would have been cool, but you can't win them all. You just go on the speed cross, and then there's your automatic Unite. It's not a big deal. Unite doesn't super matter in premium anymore, because now we have things like spear cross and all that jazz, so we can just boom, instant Unite, not really care. But I'm so excited. These cards are so freaking cool. Paramore is we still play him because of that, getting like this power when it's placed by a card ability. But the CB1 skill is kind of whatever. And then Jeffrey you play because, like, again, you play because of the shield skill. But like the search is nice when you get it off. But I hate playing grade 1s that like have their only good skills are Vanguard skills, because if you don't get the ride, they just suck. The reason Nikolaus is so good is because it fuels your engine, it recycles your thought bosses, it gets your soul charge that you need. This guy, Jeffrey, just gives you, like, situational power, which is whatever, but can't win them all. Can't win them all. But yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion that Gurguit was going to make Percival really good. I was right. Percival slots into this deck beautifully. Another thing I love about Gurguit too is that, like, from this point on, as long as Overdress doesn't like rotate out V, Gurguit will always be playable in Standard, because he's just this defensive thing you can just tech into any deck. Like a lot of people are doing with Ezel right now, which is kind of sad because I don't like Ezel, but a lot of people are doing it with Ezel, where you can just tech Gurguit into anything and have this like defensive wall you can kind of sit behind to not die. And I think that's really cool. But yeah, no, I'm hyped for Gurguit. I'm so glad I ordered my playset like 2 months ago. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. I'm hyped. I've wanted a card like this for so long. I'm about to playtest this tonight, not even gonna lie. Be on the lookout for that video.